This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
We begin at 4 with developing news out of North St. Louis County. Right now, we're working to learn more about a shooting that left a 7-year-old boy dead in Berkeley this morning. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn. Police say the boy was inside a truck when that shooting happened. 5 on your side's Justina Coronel joins us live from the Berkeley Police Department. What's the latest from police, Justina?
Yeah, Kay, so we kept on asking questions on what exactly happened. They could only say so much. They said they believe this shooting was an accident. Now, we also learned that this call came out at 10:20 this morning and the boy died at the scene. Police couldn't confirm if anyone else was in the truck with the little boy, but they did say family members were nearby. Now, we also don't know if the child was playing with a gun or why he was in a truck. Now, St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell arrived at the scene while we were there shortly before noon. Bell, who's running in the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate, called this a terrible tragedy and an ongoing problem.
This is a problem with respect to what we're seeing with not only gun violence, but even accidental gun shootings. We're seeing this way too often. A significant percentage of many of the cases that we're seeing, particularly involving kids and gun violence, there's a good percentage.
Now, just last week, St. Louis County Councilwoman Shalonda Webb said that she would be proposing a piece of legislation addressing gun violence by the end of the year. We asked Wesley Bell about his opinion, and he said it was something he would support. Reporting in St. Louis County, Justina Coronel, 5 on your side.
We will continue to bring you updates on this developing story. Stay up to date with all the latest information on air on KSDK.com and on the 5 on Your Side app. Right now, a police source tells 5 on Your Side the search is on for a suspect involved in a road rage incident outside Ballpark Village. We obtained video from the moment it happened Sunday afternoon. We want to warn you, the video you're about to see may be disturbing. A police source says it started when a truck driver hit a golf cart with 2 people in it at South Broadway and Clark. That led to an argument. The police source says the golf cart driver and his passenger were then run over by the truck. Both have minor injuries. Police are looking for a 2018 Dodge Ram with Illinois disabled veteran plates. Hours ago, a hearing for the man accused of sexually assaulting a young boy was delayed. Police say Haji Gul Osmani preyed on 2 children in 2 separate incidents last month in the St. Louis Hills neighborhood. This afternoon, the judge postponed the hearing because an interpreter couldn't be found. His next court appearance is set for August 21st, or as soon as an interpreter is available. Residents in St. Louis Hills also taking action to improve their neighborhood. They say services provided by the city are inadequate, so tomorrow they'll vote on a property tax increase. They say it would help pay for improvements to the neighborhood. We're learning more about a shooting in North St. Louis County that led to the death of a pregnant woman. The Major Case Squad has taken over and is asking for your help. It happened Saturday night near Page and Skinker in Wellston. Police say a 30-year-old woman was driving when someone fired shots into her car. Another woman was also shot but is expected to survive. A third woman wasn't injured but was in the car. We spoke with the director of St. Martha's Hall. The group helps women affected by violence and says this type of violence is all too common.
But we know that women are always at great risk when it comes to violence, whether it's in their home, or on the streets.
Police say the surviving women don't know who shot them. If you know anything, police are asking you to leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. Their number is 866-371-TIPS. All right, let's take a live look outside. A little touch of fall maybe in the air this morning. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is here. It was a rainy morning for some. Scott, how long will the cooler temperatures stick around?
Well, that's the good news, is it's much nicer out there. The humidity levels have backed off, and heading through the course of the next couple of days, while we don't get a complete break from the rain, it's going to come back here. Our chances on Wednesday and maybe some more thunder. At least it's more comfortable for us right now and into tonight and on into tomorrow. Looking out in St. Charles right now, a mix of sun and clouds around the St. Louis area. A very comfortable afternoon, too, as temperatures are in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Humidity levels, well, they're nice and in check too. We still have a few more clouds to get through this afternoon for sure as this system continues to spin up to our north. But the severe weather threats are long gone. It looks like any rain for tonight into tomorrow would be farther to our north. So as we look at this week ahead, well, we have much nicer weather into tomorrow. It's certainly incredibly comfortable outside right now. It would be a nice night to go over to the Muni maybe. More storms are likely on Wednesday. Heavy rain and a few strong storms are possible. We would think the heavy rain may be a bigger threat than severe weather. But we'll get back to you on that in just a few minutes, Kay.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Scott. Former President Trump has decided if he will accept a protective order from the Department of Justice. That order would limit what he could publicly say about charges to overturn the 2020 election. All this while other GOP candidates build up their campaigns against him. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Capitol Hill.
A new deadline today for the Trump legal team as the special counsel's office seeks to limit what the former president can say publicly about evidence in the case involving his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Mr. Trump arguing the protective order would impinge on his free speech, while prosecutors say his words could have a chilling effect on witnesses, citing his social media post saying, quote, "If you go after me, I'm coming after you." A Trump spokesman defending the comments as the definition of political speech. The former president over the weekend also slamming special counsel Jack Smith.
This guy's a maniac. They gave me a maniac.
As well as the Obama-appointed judge in the case and his former vice president, Mike Pence. Now a presidential candidate himself, Mr. Pence has sharpened his rhetoric against his former boss.
President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution that day.
And could become a star witness.
I have no plans to testify. But people can be confident we'll obey the law.
The Trump team arguing he and his vice president merely disagreed over whether Pence could unilaterally move to reverse the election, something constitutional scholars say is not allowed.
What President Trump did not do is direct Vice President Pence to do anything. He asked him in an aspirational way. Asking is covered by the First Amendment.
In an NBC News exclusive, Mr. Trump's closest Republican rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, acknowledging what the former president still refutes.
Of course he lost.
Trump lost the 2020 election.
Of course.
Okay.
Joe Biden's the president.
All this as another potential Trump indictment could come as soon as this week regarding efforts to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
It will soon be illegal for certain gun advertisements to run in Illinois. The state says it's part of its work to end mass gun incidents. Governor Pritzker has said he will sign a law that prohibits advertisements that appeal to children or could be seen as a public safety threat. Gun rights advocates argue the law is vague and would violate their constitutional right. Illinois will be the 8th state to approve this type of legislation. The news just keeps getting worse for trucking company Yellow. Why a company that offered the lowest rates in shipping is going out of business. And it's a shopping trip that'll melt your heart. A boy and his puppy, and the moment of the day you won't want to miss.